Welcome to the final event, the Encode and Mantle Hackathon, which has been building up for quite a long time, and I know everyone is really excited for the final event today. So about Encode. What have we done? We are leading, we are leading Web3 education community, and what we do, we specialize in training a lot of developers in industry-leading education. We help a lot with providing all kind of wide range of programs, which will help you hone your skills, regardless of what they are and how good you are in them. You get to get a lot of exposure to very interesting protocols from both the EVM and non-EVM side, and you get to interact with them. You get to make a lot of interesting connections and expand your network. All of our programs, as always, we operate on a free basis, and we are basically accessible globally, since all of our the majority of our programs are actually online. We help a lot of projects with fundraising, and we are really helping developers to get hired in companies all over the Web3 space and in fields that they find interesting. How it worked and what happened to the hackathon, it's been a really long. We started off at the beginning of May. We did a lot of building on Mantle. The bounties that we could have built for were like 4 different types. There was a UX bounty, there was a content bounty, a DeFi one, as well as an NFT and gaming one. So a huge variety of things to build for. The hackathon run for 5 weeks, and there was even run a small extension for some of you, so that we can fit all of the fantastic work that you've been working on in hackathon, so that it can be reviewed by our lovely judges. And for the duration of the hackathon, we've got a lot of interesting workshops and a lot of technical support as well for each and every one that was building. I would like to invite Eomji to our stage. She is our head of research and programs, and she would really love to share a couple of words with all of you that are here today.
Hello, everyone. Happy to see you. I can see in the chat like some of the familiar names, some are new. It's always exciting to see like a new project built on, like a newly built in last weeks. Like I keep working, and sometimes I see that like names from boot camps. It's always exciting to see your journey that like you started to learn about Solidity, and then you're now building for hackathon and what comes next. There's a few things we'd love to share, because this is like one of the exciting part of the journey. After this one, we have a lot of different bootcamps coming up. Some of you already experts to bootcamps, Solidity, some of not yet. Then you're going to be all invited to our bootcamp, especially if you submit something to Mantle Hackathon. We open up the door for those hackers who can join and like upskill their Solidity skills, and also further you can learn about ZK or anything else. And another thing is, I'm really, really excited that we are in the middle of this like a supporting of your journey. I can see like some languages I don't understand internationally from everywhere. And also we are coming to Paris. So we recently were in Copenhagen. Hey, hello from South Korea. And then we are going to different cities around the world, meeting our hackers and alumni. Stay tuned in this Paris this time. We're going to meet a lot of Encode people coming to our hacker house. I'm super excited. Perhaps some of our finalists going to be there. I really, really wish that we can finally meet in person, and perhaps like share some stories about next steps. Also, we received a lot of messages that people sometimes struggling a lot when they're learning new things. We are very happy that you are sharing your difficulties with us, and don't give up and submitting something. I know some of you were very shy and they're like coming here and watching, and you couldn't submit this time. Again, please don't give up. There are going to be a lot of different educational courses, including bootcamp starting in a few weeks. We will prepare you for the next time. And I hope that this will not discourage you seeing finalists that, oh, my project is far from that. But don't forget, you are just a step behind. So everyone, welcome to the finale, and we are very excited to see all the projects coming today. And I am looking forward to see another projects coming in next month.
Thank you, Eomji. That was amazing. Moving on, we would like to invite Pranjal, who's a dev relations engineer at Mantle, who's going to share a few words from the Mantle. Let me just quickly get him on stage. I can see he's getting ready.
Hey, I hope you can hear me.
Hey. Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, thanks for inviting me, and hello everyone, GM everyone. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Well, certainly it was a great pleasure for us to host this hackathon with you guys. And we had amazing time reviewing all the projects. The Some of the projects that came out were really good. And some of the people who are new to the project, I will definitely recommend them to keep building more and keep learning, so that whenever you are participating in a next hackathon, you are doing better than your previous attempt. So yeah, never lose hope and keep building. That's kind of like the go-to mantra for everyone, I would say. And yeah, as I said, we are actively engaging with builders and developers all across the globe via different hackathons. If you
You are breaking up a bit, Pranjal.
the hackathon, feel free and all social links. Yeah, and also make sure to check out our grants page. So we do have we are currently giving out a lot of grants. So just make sure that you go on to mantle.xyz/grants and check out more on grants over there. It's super simple, super easy process. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me.
Fantastic. Thank you, Pranjal, for these for these words. Pranjal will be back on the stage in a bit, as he's going to be one of the jury for today's presentations. So moving on for today's agenda and what you can expect for what's going to be happening. We will move on to the pitches. We have a dedicated order for them. After which we will move. After the pitches are done, we will have a separate room for our judges who will discuss what they've seen, and they will talk about who the winners are going to be. Once they're back, they will have the announcement ready, and we will know who the winners of the Mantle Hackathons are. In terms of timeline, we are already a bit behind schedule. We were supposed to be, we were aiming for a quick introduction, but again, we're moving on to the pitches, after which we do the judging, and again, some closing remarks and a couple of screenshots with hopefully a lot of smiley faces of winners. Right. Moving on to the pitch order and what we're going to be seeing from now on. We have 7 teams that will be pitching for us in the order that you see in front of you. That will be MysticMantleQuest first, followed by Tsunami Protocol, Reax, BuildIt, Crypto Sailing Quest, LeagueX3, and Polyswap. All the teams should be in chat. We will be adding them one by one. If any of them is having issues, we will be moving on to the next one. So please, once you're being called to the stage, once you receive the invite, please make sure to quickly accept it and be ready to present. So without further ado, MysticMantleQuest. I know we have Kamal here.
So hello everyone and welcome to MysticMantleQuest, a game full of mysteries built on Mantle blockchain. This is something about me. I'm a blockchain developer, just building in the space. The problem statement that we are aiming to solve of traditional gaming system that are lack of reward and incentives. Like the traditional games often lack tangible rewards and incentives for players' achievements. The lack of ownership and scarcity. The users have limited control and ownership over in-game assets. Then we have lack of transparency and security in the in-game transaction that occur on the traditional games. So the solution statement is MysticMantleQuest addresses these problems by integrating Mantle blockchain, allowing players to complete quests and earn ERC20 coins as tangible rewards. And these ERC20 coins can then be traded across gaming marketplaces. Then we have ownership and scarcity. The game introduces weapon NFTs, which are ERC721 NFTs, which are unique and valuable, and they are used to complete next quest in the game. The transparency and security. So yeah, this is the link to the GitHub repo. Again, MysticMantleQuest is a quest-based Unity game powered by Mantle blockchain. And now let's get in the demo. So the game flow is like the player completes the quest, he earns ERC20 coins, and then he can use those coins to buy weapon NFTs on our marketplace. Now, this is a quick demo.
Can you maybe walk us through what is happening on the screen right now?
The whole video audio didn't come?
No, sadly, we did not hear anything. So maybe you can quickly go through that.
So actually there was audio, but like quickly going through it. So I would mute this. And so here the character moves in and he interacts with other characters present on the platform. You connect your wallet through MetaMask and on the Mantle blockchain. Then this is a wizard character that gives you quests to solve. Now we have to solve like 3 chickens, find 3 chickens for him. And so this character is just moving around and finding the chickens. The 3rd chicken is like a hidden element, which he would find it like here. And once you find all the chickens, you go back to the wizard and you give him all his chickens. The chickens swim around and you get MMQ coins as a reward. And I'm just showing the transaction here. You claim those rewards. And here is the Explorer page for it. Yeah, but you just earn your coins through it. I just showed the Explorer page. Then these 2 archers, these are guarding our marketplace, and you just get a message from her that you can go to this marketplace to earn these NFT weapons, and you can move to one of these spots to buy these weapons from the coins that you just earned. So once you move to the pod, a transaction occurs. Like you should have 0.1 MMQ coins to buy this, and this is the transaction happening on Mantle blockchain. And once you approve for coin transaction, you earn the NFT. This is like the buy from the listing. So we have actually a marketplace contract where these weapons are listed and you buy from it. I would probably show this is the transaction is success. Just verifying it on the Explorer page that this was accepted. This is the Explorer page for Mantle. And yeah, this is pretty much for the demo part. So yeah, complete quest, earn ERC20 coins, buy these weapon NFTs for playing the next quest. After this, the MMQ deployed contract lists are here. And this is like join the adventure on Mantle blockchain, experience the fusion of gaming and blockchain like never before. What's next for our MysticMantleQuest is making the game multiplayer, which would be very exciting, moving the RPG game from 2D to 3D, adding more exciting quests after this, making transaction gasless for the users. yeah, this was pretty much for the demo. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Kamal. Thank you for battling through the audio issues. Via and Pranjal, do you have any questions for Kamal?
I'll take it first. Yeah, thank you so much. This is great. It reminds me of Game Boy Color Pokemon experience. That's nostalgic for me. Was interested, which part did you do from scratch? Like, were all the graphics and so on also yours, or did you mostly do the kind of the infrastructure side of things?
Yeah, so actually, basically, I was very new to Unity. I am experienced in blockchain, but I was very new to Unity. And for the Unity SDK setup, I utilized ThirdWeb, which is a tool. I hope you would be knowing about it. Yeah.
Yes, of course. That's great. Yeah, and from my perspective, of course, I'm biased, but and this is maybe also a question, but first a statement. I think just having a very performative, like high performance chain is just massively important for the user experience for these type of things. So did you find Mantle being fast in these kind of on-game transactions? Like, how was your experience?
Yeah, absolutely. Like the first phase of building this game on Mantle was that the transactions are pretty fast, which are very much needed in these blockchain games for the user to not face these blockchain timing problems. I found Mantle pretty fast, especially the finality. I also showed in the demo video. I just clicked on the button and the transaction was successful. So yeah.
Awesome.
Actually, this is my second project building on Mantle. So yeah, a little bit experienced with Mantle.
Okay, cool. Pranjal, any questions?
Yeah, I think it's a great project. When I checked it out myself, I really enjoyed the whole UI experience of it. Just wanted to ask you, so what SDKs and tools are you planning to use for future implementations? Like you mentioned, cashless transactions and things like that. So yeah, if you have any ideas around that.
Yeah, actually, I was trying to use OpenJetBrains Defender for this, but sadly, it doesn't has it on Mantle blockchain yet. So yeah, I would try to use Bikeonomy. Basically, after this, I would explore. But yeah, I tried OpenZeppelin, but they are not currently live on Mantle. Yeah, using ThirdWeb SDK is like pretty nice. It like connects with the Unity pretty well.
What exactly were you trying to do with Defender?
OpenZeppelin basically set up a relay to pay the gas fees.
Using the Defender? Interesting. Okay, I'll look into it.
Yeah.
Thanks for answering that. Yeah, I think Bikeonomy SDK would be a best choice in this scenario. Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Kamal, for your presentation. Let's move on as we have a busy agenda, and we're moving on to Tsunami protocol, who are going to be pitching next.
So basically, this is Tsunami protocol. So Tsunami is basically a private token streaming protocol which uses ZK proofs to allow users to prove legitimacy of their intentions regarding the transaction. So whether it be withdrawing or basically revoking the transaction. So why Tsunami? So Tsunami basically offers first three things: security, anonymity, and speed. Tsunami can store any information and provides basically secure payment service by using ZK proofs. And as it is basically built on Mantle, it gives it a very fast transaction speeds. Then the second biggest advantage of Tsunami is basically streaming, because streaming protocols are pretty revolutionary, because it brings us then subscription, salary vesting, and rewards to DAO and crypto native businesses worldwide. So basically, this is probably the major difference between this private protocol called as Tornado Cash on Ethereum. That protocol, basically the applications are pretty limited because it is only used for sending or basically sending a transaction. So why basically stream money? Basically, with that you can get paid every seconds, which is and every seconds. Then you can also invest in real time with streams like exchange of basically assets which are streamable. Then streaming a Web3 subscription service for YouTube or Netflix. And the fourth advantage is basically we want to build Tsunami as a modular and open source application, which can be like a basically tool which where developers will be able to use to integrate with their app. And then the basically applications are limitless. So I'll quickly go through the demo. I am not sure if it is visible correctly. Can someone please confirm? Hello.
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah, okay. So it's a simple UI. You can basically create a stream, withdraw from a stream, and revoke a stream. So we have to first register with the protocol. So that is what I'm doing right now. And then it creates a shielded account, which will be used to basically make your transaction and everything, basically every information about the stream private. So it registers with the account and creates a private and public key for that account, which is basically shielded key. Then we can basically use that to log in on the app with that account. So I already copied the a private key which was generated. You can also use wallet directly. Then basically I'm just copying the receiver's address and the stream information is right there. So I'll create a stream. So basically creating a stream is kind of like insertion of the transaction in a Merkle tree. So basically that stream is created and a private event is basically emitted. So as you can see, the contract was successful and it successfully created a stream. So let's imagine if I am a receiver and I want to withdraw. So I'm basically changing the account right now. But when the stream is created, it emits an event which can only be decrypted by a shared secret. So, and this shared secret key is basically if I am a receiver, then it will be my private key, which is my shielded private key, and what is the basically sender's public. So I'm basically inputting that, and the protocol already knows what is my shielded secret key because of the register event. Then basically now I'm fetching the stream. So to get that, I'll copy the sender's address and paste it. Then it fetches the stream. As you can see, it is streamed 11%. So now it's up to me that I can just withdraw 11% of the share. So to that, basically, what is my fund recipient's address? And now I'm generating a proof, which will make sure that I am the valid receiver and I'm only withdrawing money, which is basically streamed up till that point. So as you can see, my balance also got updated, and basically the withdrawal event was successful. I can also revoke the stream anytime I want. The same way, I'll fetch the stream information and revoke my stream. So this was the entire demo. So basically, with this streaming protocol, as Mantle doesn't have any private streaming protocol, we want to be the first in the game, and we're looking forward to building on. So basically, right now I'm working on creating a user dashboard where user will be able to see all the streams and their information. So a dashboard and completely changing the UI. Yeah, that was my demo. Thank you.
Thank you, Pranav. Questions from Joy?
Yeah, just a second.
Just a quick question. Do you know if Superfluid or LlamaPay are doing anything like this? Like, do they have any kind of privacy?
Sorry, your voice got cut. Can you repeat?
Oh, okay. Let me try again. Do you know if Superfluid or LlamaPay do any of this stuff? Like, are there any?
No. So yeah, basically, so I wanted to say that my goal is to make this like in the direction of superfluid only, but superfluid doesn't have any thing related to zero knowledge proofs. Like it's not private. The streams are completely public. Anyone can see all the streams of other users and what they are subscribed to. So, but this is completely private stream because of the shielded account mechanisms.
Right. If there are no more questions, thank you, Pranav. And we're moving on to our next presenter, who's going to be Reax.
So at Reax, we are building an infrastructure for derivatives. The pain points that we are addressing are mainly high fees, high risk, low scalability, and no customization in the derivative space. With Reax, we are bringing trustless synthetic assets with a very scalable architecture of composable pools that anyone can create, and that reduces risk by segregating assets of different types. We are the only derivatives platform that enables anyone to create their own derivative assets with infinite scalability, low risk, and fees. We also support interest-bearing tokens to be used as collateral, so stake ETH, compound I, or assets deposited in Aave or LP tokens. So about our architecture, at the base of our infrastructure, we have composable pools of different types for different assets and use cases. The middle layer is our functionality layer with which you can, one, mint these assets as token, essentially tokenizing and bringing real world assets to DeFi, such as stocks, cross-chain crypto, foreign currencies, and much more, which would be available natively without the risk of bridging or using reserves. Then you can swap these synthetic tokens without any slippage. So no need to have liquidity or maintain liquidity for these assets. Then we are connecting them with non-synthetic assets with our AMM pool. This will be like an derivative DEX that provides lowest price impact, zero slippage on any order size on trading any asset. Then we are building first of a kind money market that uniquely enables you to lend your assets and borrow up to 99% of its value. Then at the top level, we have applications built on this infrastructure, such as perps with up to 100x leverage, synthetic options, structured assets, and much more. So we are in beta phase right now. We have synthetic pools live on testnet. AMM pools lending module are coming in a few days. Following that, we are launching perps and a launchpad. We'll be launching on Mantle mainnet by end of this month. And our next focus is going to be towards growth on B2B side, enabling other projects to use our infrastructure to build derivative dApps much more easier. We are a team of 4 devs and traders building for the traders community. We've been in and around DeFi for the last 4 years. And that's about it. You can try Reax at Reax.1. It's on testnet right now. You can join our Discord community and to follow us on Twitter. About using the app, you can see different pools right here. We have created 2 pools for crypto assets and stocks. And basically how it goes is you deposit a collateral and be able to mint these synthetic assets. While minting these synthetic assets, you are allocated a share of the pool debt, and you can keep track of it. You can also earn profit if the assets you minted go up in value relative to the pool debt. And you can swap them without any slippage. So it doesn't matter how large your swap quantity is, you'll be able to swap without any slippage and with the lowest fees on any derivative DEX. Yeah, that's a bit about it.
Fantastic. Thank you, Prasad. Questions from the jury?
All right. Yeah, so I just wanted to ask you, like, how much of your entire project did you implement during the hackathon? And what were the exact features that you tried to build during the course of the hackathon?
So we have been building these synthetic pools from quite some time. For this hackathon, we have particularly worked on integrating with Pyth to support those feeds, and then creating different types of pools based on how the functionality is. And then a whole of the front end that you see, the interface that you can create these assets, see your profit and loss, that has been done over the last 4 weeks.
Okay. And I did see within your dashboard there was some on the top right hand corner there was a reward section with Reax. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so we have created a token to give out to our users. It's also as a form of incentive. So when you issue debt, you get a share of the pool, and the value of the pool fluctuates as so does your debt. So to minimize that impact, we are giving on top of it some incentives. So the reward is one, the token is one of it. We have created a vested token kind of model. So with that vested token, you also earn protocol fees. You could participate in governance that we could develop later on, and you could lock your normal token and be able to unlock it into the actual token.
Got it. Thank you. Yeah, Mark, you can go.
I think we're running out of time, but this is great. Thank you.
Thank you, Prasad. Right, moving on to our next presentation, which is going to be BuildIt, and Ahmad will be the one presenting. So Ahmad, you should have received an invite already. So
welcome to BuildIt. BuildIt is a metaverse which provides users with the ability to own virtual land within a map. They can place items on the land they own and even sell the land to other users. So the land is represented as ERC721 tokens, and the items which can be placed on the land are ERC1155 tokens. So um, so the mission statement is of BuildIt is to revolutionize the virtual ownership and creativity. We want to provide a decentralized metaverse for true ownership and customizations. We want to enable users to own, customize, and trade virtual land and items. We want to foster a vibrant and immersive environment. We want to empower individuals to unleash their creativity and shape the future of the metaverse. So the problem is the lack of true ownership and customization in the virtual world. So the current virtual world platforms restrict users' control over the virtual assets and limit customization options. Users are unable to fully monetize their creations and participate in marketplace. Millions of individuals are affected by this issue, and users are eager for a metaverse that offers true ownership, customization, and economic opportunities. So the solution we provide is we use the smart contracts which are deployed on Mantle testnet, and the land and tokens are deployed on are tokens like ERC721, ERC1155. So the user can own virtual land. Uh, they can customize the land. They can place items such as building, roads, and other structures on the land. So they can customize the land. They can sell it. They can engage in the marketplace. They can also enjoy gasless transaction. We just need to fund the relayer. All the contracts implement ERC2771 context. So we just need to fund the relayer, and we have deployed forwarder which will initiate the gasless transactions. So why use BuildIt matters? So we provide true ownership as the land is ERC721 tokens, and all the items which can be placed on the land are ERC1155 tokens. So we don't all the variables are on smart contract. The game isn't offline, so user don't have to worry about someone cheating and changing the state value in the game and unlocking the NFT, because there is a real marketplace, so it matters. We want to provide immersive and creative experience. We also integrated with the popular wallets like you can see on the screenshot. So like MetaMask, Coinbase, and Wallet Connect. We provide secure trading and transparency. All the smart contracts are verified. We provide vibrant trading ecosystem, and we are continuously developing, and we want to engage with the community. So this is the website, and what's next for the build it. So we want to provide multiple maps of different sizes. So currently, map can be deployed of different sizes, but in one game we want to show side by side different maps and genre for the maps. We want to do further research on guestless transaction. We want to integrate cross-chain, so enable interoperability between the blockchains. Like we recently saw the router protocol, which provides this feature, like they support mental testnet. Uh, we want to customize and provide more variety of items. We want to further engage with the community. So this is the website. Like you can use WASD to go through the website. This is the marketplace. You can edit. You can place more items as you want. You can delete the items. You can press confirm, which will change the state on the blockchain. This is the marketplace. You can create the listing. You can select your land. Uh, and you can the only owner can delete these items and get back these tokens to their wallet, and they can also sell this token individually. So once the land is sold, the new owner can get back this all these tokens, and they can also sell these tokens. So I guess that's that's it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm moving on to questions from the jury.
Did you say the gasless transactions are not yet implemented?
We need to fund the relayer, but this from the smart contract side, it's done. Like we have implemented ERC 2771 context. We also deployed the forwarder, but we need to create a proper relayer because currently OpenZeppelin and Bioeconomy both doesn't support the mental testnet. So we are working on our own relayer. Probably it will be up within few weeks, I guess.
Cool. Yeah, and we're actually working with Bioeconomy on getting us supported, so that should happen in the next week or two.
Oh, I
so
see.
should help you.
Nice.
Amazing. Thank you, Ahmed.
Yeah,
moving on to our next presenter, which is going to be Crypto Sailing Quest.
Okay, great. Hey, so my name is Clinton, and I'm the founder of Salient Yachts, and we actually build real physical yachts, but we're also incorporating them with Web3 and blockchain games. I can show you that now.
What problem do current NFT games have? Well, that's intrinsic value, and we have the solution. We are introducing NFT fractional ownership of real physical sailing yachts, as can be seen in the video playing in the background, where each NFT holder earns rewards from yacht charters. This project gives NFTs the ultimate use case. Each NFT is backed by physical assets. Each NFT's value is insured indirectly through the assets insurance. With each NFT earning constant rewards from manufacturing and charters, our goal is to allow anyone, anywhere in the world, the opportunity to own a share in a real yacht. We plan on expanding this further by integrating our NFTs into a Web3 game. So now not only do you have digital ownership of a physical yacht, but you also have digital ownership in the sailing game. Players will be able to use the NFT fractional yachts and sail them virtually in the game to explore the ocean and various islands. On each island, we plan to hide NFT treasures and tokens, waiting for their user to find them. Once connected, you can see your token balances in the right-hand corner and the play buttons in the bottom right-hand corner. Right, so let's start sailing. Let's hoist the sail and get sailing. We also plan to host sailing races, where players or teams can race each other to the finish line. The in-game yacht speed and performance is affected by the wind direction, sea conditions, and tack angles, putting your virtual sail skills to the test. You usually move the mouse around to get different angles of the yacht. You can zoom in and out, leaving a nice view of the inside where you can see the steering wheel moving around. Now we plan to have this as a fully multiplayer game where each player will have a different task. One will be steering, one will be adjusting the sails, etc. So let's go and explore the island. Here we are at the island. Look over there. Giant whirlpool. Let's go and explore. Here we are at the whirlpool. So when you get to the end of the plank, you can get an NFT. Of course, now if this is multiplayer, you have to race your teammates to this end, and let's hope they don't push you off. Let's do some rock climbing. Quite a nimble character, isn't he? Let's hope we don't fall off the edge. Quite a tricky ledge to climb up here. Man, just look at this view. Definitely another place to have a climbing achievement. Let's head down the zip line. Here we are on the pirate ship. There should be some treasure around here somewhere. Ah, there we go. There's the treasure chest.
So that's our project. The game is still very much in the early development phase, but everyone's got to start somewhere.
Thank you, Clinton. Any questions from the jury?
Yeah, can you tell me more about what kind of SDKs or other tools that you use to kind of build this game? Because it looks like the graphics and the whole mechanism of it looks very complex. So if you can just tell me a brief about what did you use?
Well, it's built with Unity. The yacht that's in the game is self-designed by us. It's actually the CAD drawings that it's for the actual build for the physical yacht in the real life is being converted into a gaming asset using Blender and the likes, and then it has texturing done on it. So what you see in the actual game will be the exact same thing that you see if you actually had to charter on the real life yacht itself. So that is our own unique asset. Other things such as the sort of rock formations and other items in the game are all sort of pre-purchased assets. It's just the way it's all put together is what we did.
Got it. Thank you. Mark, any more questions?
Okay.
Are the NFTs deployed on Mantle testnet?
We did try a couple of NFTs, but we had a few issues with the revenue streaming because the way the NFTs work is they have a built-in revenue stream that's backed by the yacht charters, and so that when you transfer the NFT to or somebody else buys an NFT from you, the revenue stream switches to their wallet address. But we had a couple of complications with the registering the streams for the Mantle blockchain, but we're working on sorting that out. So they weren't quite working properly in the game at this point.
Okay, thank you. That's it for me.
Thank you, Clinton. Moving on to our next presentation, LeagueX3. Let's quickly see in the chat.
Okay, cool. Right. So, okay. So, hi. So, my name is Sagar. I'm based out of India, and my team and myself has been building the fantasy gaming platform on blockchain. We basically are nothing more than the fun fantasy gaming, right? And well, you can ask why on blockchain. The simple answer is decentralization and trust, right? So we want everything to be very transparent and at least give a very good, absolute fair game experience, right? And all of this can happen via blockchain, given the concept of it. So that is why we started building this on blockchain networks, right? So coming to LeagueX3, so we basically right now in this version we're using Mantle L2 blockchain. primarily because we want to keep the traceability of all transactions intact, right? We also have plans to use the Mantle SDK that would take the transactions from the L2 network and put it over on L1, right? So that is something that we have been exploring. We have been trying out a few solutions, right? I'll come to that. Quickly want to go through the architecture diagram that we have, right? So basically our L2 smart contract is the one where the users would primarily interact with, right? And behind the scenes, the L2 smart contract will essentially reconcile with the L1, right? And make sure that everything is in place with the verifications included. So this is what the high level idea is. I want to go through the video that will essentially tell you how we are simulating it right now. Right? Right, cool. So basically, this is LeagueX3. This is what the admin platform looks like. This admin is basically, this is just where you see the leagues and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and connect my wallet here. Let me connect the FC4 wallet. Right. So I see these are the today's matches, right, and the past matches. So basically, the way it is structured is we have a league, right, and there are multiple matches within that within a day, right. So every match has a league on top of it, right. So I see today's matches, and this is my account FC4 to start with. Now I am going to go ahead and see the leagues of one particular match. Let's call this match second ODI match. Let's call that, right? And let's see the leagues. So basically, we have two leagues here: Infinity Battle League and Millionaire Elastic League. I can now essentially participate in this league as a user, right? So the state of the workflow is I am participating with in this league with FC4 user, right? This is essentially a transaction that would go through, right? So participating. Okay, this basically it requires me to add 20 bit. I think this is 10 bit. I'm sorry. Basically, this must be 10 bit, must be hard coded, but 20 bit is the price of getting into this league. So we see that the participation is successful, right? And I can show you all the transaction hashes and everything. These are all mentioned in the GitHub repo, right? So if you want to go back and look at the transaction hashes. Now I come back to my leagues, right? So this is the league that I have entered in, right? And I can essentially go ahead and see the leaderboard of this league, right? Okay, now the screen changed to the admin portal. This admin portal is essentially where you will, like as admins, as people who actually conduct the league, will be able to, manage their leaderboards, right? Or simulate player points, right? So let's go here. I am going to connect this with a first wallet. This is my admin account right here. I'm going to go to the leagues of this second ODI match. This is the same league that we entered in previously, right? So this one's the Infinity Battle League, the same one under the same match, right? So right now what I'm doing is I am going to calculate my leaderboard, right? So this calculation of leaderboard essentially happens as like it's a plus and minus, right? It's a simple transaction, right? So what we're doing here is we are simulating these player points on the L2 network, right? And this would give us one leaderboard, right? So let's see. This is basically again an admin transaction that goes through, and you see that we have basically two people here, CF4 and FC4, right? So these are basically the participants of the league, and they have 268 and 235 points respectively, right? And they have this position 1 and 2, right? So now when I'm going to say, now this is all done on the L2 chain, right? Now we are going to finalize this leaderboard. Okay, the match has finished, and we are ready to see the final leaderboard. So that is now going to be the action here, and this is something that will take everything from the L2 chain and put it over to L1, right? And this is by using the Mantle SDK, right? So I am going to Right? So it says finalize leaderboard. So finalize leaderboard is something, again, a transaction that gets confirmed. Okay, confirm. Right, I can show you the hashes and everything there. Right? So the transaction hash must be there. Again, these are all included in the report. Right? So I can now go ahead, and now this is my finalized leaderboard. And given that right now I have only 2 users, right? I can go ahead and also mint winners NFTs and runners up NFTs, right? So if I go ahead and say mint a runners up NFT, I can then just wait for the transaction to finish. So this is the hash, right? And just one quick thing after this is I am now back to my user portal, right? And I can now see my rewards as this NFT, right? So this is the reward that I like. This is the NFT reward that I got, right? So yeah, I am sorry if this was really fast, but yeah, this is the entire thing. Yeah, we have basically 2 apps: the user-facing app and the admin-facing app. Right, we can mint NFTs and so on. We can mint winners NFT, runners NFT. All transactions always stay on blockchain, right? So that is one USP of the entire architecture that we have, right? And we basically connect between L1 and L2 via the Mantle SDK, right? So that was one big use case that the Mantle SDK specifically had. And yeah, that's it. I am sorry I took more than 3 minutes, but that's all.
It's fine. Thank you, Sagar. Questions from Pranjal?
Yeah, just a quick question. So, in the beginning, when you were trying to join the particular match, I think the entry fees was around 10 bit. Why did it charge like 20 bit?
I think the contract call was hard coded with 20 bit, but and the actual thing was like the one on the UI was showing.
Okay, so
just 10 bit, right?
okay,
But
got it. So
it is
all
absolutely
right.
something that while it is absolutely not hard, like it won't be hard coded in the final thing, right? I think it's just
Yeah,
basic
and within the dashboard itself, I think there was an option to create your own league and matches. So that is also available for the user.
Not right now, but the idea was to open it to everybody, right? And in fact, even have leagues that do not require a participation fee, right? We also have plans to make these transactions gasless, right? So that also is one thing on the roadmap. But yeah, all of those, like the capability exists in the smart contracts to create a new league and create a new match and all that. It's just not there on the UI.
Got it. One quick question as well. Have you integrated any APIs from any of the fantasy score providers yet, or is it still hard coded within your dashboard?
It was all a simulation that we ran, right? It was nothing more than math.random, but no, we have not.
Okay.
Basically, this is what we are exploring a little bit, but yes, not in this demo.
Okay. Thanks for answering.
Thank you.
Right, thank you, Sagar. Moving on to our last presentation for tonight. It's going to be from Polyswap.
Okay, cool. So welcome to Polyswap. Polyswap enables privacy-first asset transfers on the Mantle network. So what is it? Well, Polyswap is a privacy-first asset transfer protocol on the Mantle network where users can transfer and receive virtual assets anonymously. We leverage zero-knowledge proofs because it helps improve transaction privacy and helps break the on-chain link between the sender and receiver. So if you're familiar with Tornado Cash, we are similar, except that we do not... can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can now. You broke up for a bit.
Sorry, I think I broke up. Yeah. So if you're familiar with Tornado Cash, we are basically just Tornado Cash on Mantle, except that we do not basically provide the anonymity set, which is probably why Tornado Cash was like sanctioned by the SEC. But anyway, in a nutshell, here's how it works. We have like very simple steps. We have deposits and we have withdrawals. So basically, what you have is like your tokens that you want to deposit, And when you deposit, basically what happens is the front end generates a nullifier and a secret. And all of this is assembled into a Merkle tree on-chain. And then you get back a secret note. Now, this secret note is something you need to keep safe, because you'd be able to like withdraw your assets only with the help of the secret note. And then again, withdraw with your secret note, you can withdraw assets. And what happens is the UI generates a zero-knowledge proof, as well as a nullifier hash, which helps prevent double spending of the same proof, and you get back your tokens. So here's a quick demo. I've prepared some screenshots, but I think it's best to show you. There we go. So basically what you want to do is you want to go to Polyswap -mantle reversal.app, connect your wallet, and use the faucet. The faucet gives you a bunch of different tokens that you can play around with, just to help you get going with the app. So you have your regular MNC native token, and then you have the 3 tokens you get from the faucet. So real quick, it's very simple. You basically want to deposit a certain amount of tokens. So you can say like, I don't know, 30. You can deposit this. You confirm that. Just a second. So basically, you have to approve your tokens to the contract to be able to deposit it. Confirm the transaction, and you've got your secret note. So when you copy this, now with the secret note, you'll be able to like withdraw your assets in the future. Now I can easily quickly switch my wallet, but for the purposes of this demo, I'm just going to use the same wallet to demonstrate. And if you refresh the page, you should see your balance update. So basically now what you want to do is you basically want to paste in the link that includes some details about the deposit. So this is your secret note. Paste that on, let it refresh, and you can see that you can claim your tokens. So you can see you have 30 KGR, or the kangaroo token, and you can withdraw. And what happens now is zero-knowledge proof is generating. That basically helps, and it basically is sent as yes. And there you can confirm the transaction. Give it a while for the transaction to confirm. Yeah, there we go. And if you refresh the page, yeah, you can no longer claim this deposit because it's already been claimed. So if you go back and try to refresh the page, so if you do that again, you can see your balance has updated. So that's basically just that, right? You have very simple, you connect your wallet, get the faucet, you deposit tokens, you get a secret note. And with that secret note, you're able to deposit or withdraw these tokens again. Now, technically, you can do this with a different wallet, and it will work perfectly fine. What happens is just basically a zero-knowledge proof is generated. And so what happens before is you didn't have those tokens, now you do. All right, thanks very much. Yep, that's it.
Great. Thank you, Hazel, for the presentation. Follow-up questions from the jury?
Have you thought about, like, and I'm not sure if this already is part of your solution, but have you thought about some sort of a KYC, like zero-knowledge KYC solution, just to kind of purify the pools? Let's just say that. That's obviously one of the issues with these kind of solutions, especially with OFAC. But any interesting ZK KYC ideas that you've explored?
I haven't really dug into KYC that much, but I think generally if you pursue this idea, I think it would make more sense to do some sort of KYC, zero-knowledge KYC though. But it's something that I haven't done so far.
I mean, for example, ZK Bot, which is a privacy-preserving stablecoin, for example, uses this kind of soft KYC method of essentially aggregating all sorts of on-chain data to make a fairly strong prediction. For example, if the user is a US-based user or non-US based user, right? So we don't know who this user is, but with certain percentage, likelihood, we can say that this person is not, for example, a US based person, which is kind of interesting. I don't think it's going to stand in court, and of course, no legal advice here, but just kind of interesting zero-knowledge attempts at doing this kind of soft KYC that maybe is the future.
Yeah, definitely. I've come across a similar idea, but personally, I haven't delved too deep into that. But yeah, definitely keep my eyes open there for that.
And sorry if I missed it. Is this like on the back end, like what when you send some assets in, is it essentially a mixer, like very similar to Tornado Cash?
Right. So we haven't employed the mixer, the anonymity set, and the reasoning behind this is probably that was probably the reason why Tornado Cash was sanctioned. We don't want to get into that mess. So we have specifically not included the mixer, but everything else is perfectly there.
Gotcha. Thank you. Pranjal, any questions?
No, I think I'm good. We can move forward. Yeah. Thank you.
Right. Well, that was the last presentation for tonight, and we're now moving on to the judging process of the of this finale event. So the judges will be taken to a breakout room where they will be discussing all of the presentations we've seen tonight. In about 5 minutes, they will be back to announce the winners of the categories. Just a quick announcement for everyone that the winners of the content bounty will be announced tomorrow. Since there's going to be 25, we already have the list from Mantle, but they will, again, since this is quite big, we will publish it in the article. So while we are waiting for the breakout rooms and the judges to move and discuss, I will be adding our head of talent, Laura, to this stage, who will be speaking a bit about talent and everything we do on the talent side of Encode and how we help hackers like you to find great opportunities. Let me quickly add Laura to the stage. Lovely. The floor is yours.
Lovely. Thanks, Yasin. Hello, everyone. Fantastic job on some amazing projects and great demos. Loved them a lot. It's always such a fun part of hackathon, seeing what everyone's produced and the final projects. I'm really excited to see who's won prizes. I've got my own favorites, which I shouldn't really be allowed to, but we'll see what happens. As Yasin said, I'm the head of talent at Encode Club. So as you all know, we put on some amazing hackathons. We also do a lot of different programs, events in real life, hackathons, boot camps, educate series, but something that we also do is support on the careers side. So what we're doing is basically supporting people getting into Web3 or helping people get new jobs in Web3. So we know that people come from different backgrounds, different places all around the world, and we're here to support everyone taking their next steps, whether that's going off, getting a full-time job, looking for short-term contracts, starting out as a founder. We're a one-stop shop helping you take all of those amazing next steps. So in terms of what we have in the support at Encode, we can offer one-to-one calls. So within these calls, we can discuss various career options. If you're a bit confused about how things work and what direction might be the best route for you, then we can discuss that. We can talk about your career goals, how you might achieve those short and long term, setting you some targets. We spend a lot of time supporting people with their documentation. So CVs, LinkedIn, GitHub, Twitter, you know, all building this kind of amazing brand around yourself and make you as employable as possible. In addition to that, we also help with applications, interview preparation, salary negotiation, you know, like understanding the market a bit more, like what your value might be, how to kind of stick with that and get what you're looking for. So definitely, oh, that was a loud scream in the background. What we'll do is we'll post in the chat afterwards a little form that everyone can fill out. Only takes kind of 5 or 10 minutes or so. So in the form, we just ask a few questions about where you're at, what you're looking for, how we might be able to help you. And then what we'll do is reach out to you directly to set up a call with one of the talent team. So we'll definitely do that. Another thing to definitely keep an eye out for is our Discord jobs channels. So we have a new job channel where we put all of our new roles with our new partner companies. So when our partners get in touch with us and they say, oh, we're looking for a new Solidity developer to join our team, we'll pop them straight in there. We also had the job board broken down by role, so that makes your life a lot easier. If you're looking for a specific role, you can just jump on there, apply to those. And we also have it split by our hiring partners. So you can actually check out which companies are hiring, see what's interesting. If there's a particular project that you're looking to work on, just jump onto there. We're working with some super, super exciting projects at the moment. So be sure to go over there and check those out. Some big names as well. I mean, like Flashbots are hiring. We're always looking for people for Wintermute. So go over there and take a look and see who's on the roster and who's looking to hire, because the market is definitely picking up on the job side of things. We're getting more and more companies every day coming to us and looking for amazing talent out of the Encode community. So all of you guys, so definitely do that. A thing to add is like when you make those applications, or we have those one-to-one career calls, what we can also do is actually introduce you directly to those brands. So put you directly in touch, help you with that interview process, and then hopefully secure you a role at the end of it as well. So be sure to check all of that out. I believe I'm probably about to run over time. But if anyone's got any questions for now, feel free to drop them in the chat. I know that you're all probably waiting with bated breath to see who are the winners. So I don't want to take up too much time. But what I'll do is I'll pop all my contact information and the form, so you can set up your one-to-one career consultations, and then we'll take it from there. But again, congratulations, everyone's done such a fabulous job, and hopefully message you all soon.
We should have a bit more time, so maybe a few things that we can discuss. So you're here, maybe Tris, I was thinking some of the most common mistakes that we've seen and we encountered with most of the applications on the talent side.
So sorry, what the question was, some of the most common mistakes that we come across from applications. Yes. I think mostly things come around kind of preparation, making sure you're really leveraging the best parts of your skills and the things that are most relevant to jobs. So, you know, understanding what you should be applying for, thinking quite deeply about like why you would be good for these positions, and kind of describing that in detail within your profiles. So, you know, a lot of people are making this transition from Web 2 to Web 3, and you've got to think, you know, you're not entering in as a novice. You've got a whole breadth of knowledge behind you that you need to show off effectively. So I think people shy away from kind of showing off their experiences. So I would very much focus on, you know, thinking about, you know, the experiences that you've already had and what you can show off moving forward, and making sure all of your documentation is just really, really flawless. So, you know, making sure your CV is perfect, you've got no kind of formatting errors, spelling mistakes, you know, nothing to kind of take away from your amazing profiles.
Right, those are really good. And what about some recommendations that you can give to some of our current and future applicants? Just in general, I think taking a chance is always something that everyone should do. So, you know, not being afraid to apply and put your best foot forward. Like obviously take time to kind of like make sure everything is in order before you start applying, but don't be afraid to like make that step into something new. You know, the worst thing that happens is you don't get an interview. The best thing that happens is you could change your career, change your life, move into something new. So try not to be too put off when job descriptions say, oh, we're looking for, you know, Solidity developer with 4 years experience. You know, if you've, you know, worked on some cool projects, won some amazing hackathons, just really don't kind of fall into the kind of imposter syndrome category. And, you know, another definite piece of advice is keep taking part in hackathons, keep coding, keep building. There's nothing projects love more than to see all of these projects that you're building in your own time. And it really, really, really does benefit your application. So 100% continue building. Amazing. Last question: How do you see previous participants that being part of our programs, and do you see any difference between the profiles coming through Encode and profiles of participants coming from outside? Do you see?
So I think it's just being very involved in the space that really benefits people going through Encode programs. So the more you're learning, the more you're building, just shows how committed you are to the space in general, and how much you want to make that kind of jump into either a new role or transitioning into Web3 from Web2 potentially. So it definitely does benefit our Encode community to have those different programs behind them, and obviously have the stamp of approval that you've taken part in Encode boot camps as well. You're upskilling, you're learning from some amazing teachers, and a lot of people who have gone through the same steps and have come out with some amazing jobs.
Amazing. Thank you, Laura. I know you're busy and you have other things to do on your plate. So again, thank you for helping and sharing great insights to everyone that's here. Yeah, well, we're still waiting for the jury to come back. I just wanted to let you know that we're going to be having several boot camps that are going to be starting at the end of this month. Registrations are still open, so there are different levels of boot camps that you can sign up for. So there's legal solidity, there is also ZK, there's also expert solidity as well. So if you're not yet registered, this is an amazing opportunity for you to get to experience some of our more technical deeper learning opportunities on our side. I'm told that the jury has made a decision and they have already discussed how they're going to approach with the finalists. Whoops. So let's move on to, let me just quickly add the jury back on stage. As we said before the jury went away, the best content announcement will follow up tomorrow, because in the category there's going to be 25 different winners. We've received a lot of content from all the participants of the program, so it was really interesting, all kinds of both educational as well as some funny bits as well. So we will be now moving on. First of all, can you hear me, Veer and Pranjal?
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing. So yeah, let's move on to the announcements. As I said, best content coming tomorrow, and we're going to move on to best DeFi project. In the category, there will be announcement for 2 different projects, and who's going to do the honors?
All right. Thank you so much. I think all the projects were really good. The presentations were really good as well. I thoroughly enjoyed all the demos, and I think we would agree with me. It was very hard for us to pick the winners, but we did consider some of the things like if the project has actually deployed on Mantle or not, and how much of the work was done during the hackathon and things like that. So all things considered, in terms of best DeFi, the final winners that we have is Tsunami Protocol by Pranav and team, and we have Polyswap by Hazel.
Amazing. Congratulations, everyone.
Woo!
We will add them to the stage in a bit. Moving on to the next category, which is going to be best NFT in gaming.
Awesome. Yeah. So gaming, and again, very exciting category. And I think we saw some of the really good examples of gaming projects tonight. But yeah, the ones which really stood out was first MysticMantleQuest by Kamal and team. So they are one of the winners. And then there is BuildIt by Ahmed and team. So congratulations to you guys as well.
Amazing. Congrats.
Again, claps.
And now to the final category of UX.
All right. So yeah, in terms of UX, we really did consider what would be the experience of a new user like. So in terms of UX, I think it will be fair to give Reax the prize of the best UX by Prasad and team. So yeah, congratulations, guys. We only have one winner in this category because we thought that there's always scope of improvement in terms of UX, and also there is a clear distinction between UX and UI. Although the UI was for some of the projects were really good, but we did consider what would be the experience of a user like while they use a new protocol or a new service or a completely new dashboard and services. So all things considered, congratulations Reax for winning this category.
Amazing. Congratulations to the winning teams, Tsunami Protocol and Polyswap for DeFi, MysticMantleQuest and BuildIt for NFT and gaming, and Reax for best UX. I would like to invite all of you to the stage and get a nice smiling screenshot to commemorate the end of this amazing program. So let's send invites to all of our participants, everyone that managed to pitch today.
We are just inviting everyone, and I joined at as the first one to woo, you know. I really wanted to shout, but I was not on the stage. Everyone, congratulations. We are still inviting people to the stage.
Fantastic. Hey, Angela and Eomji really helped a lot with the program. They put behind the scenes, hoping the process to be as smooth as possible. And thank you both for your efforts.
Ahmed, Hazel, it would be really great if you can also show your beautiful smile so that like we can be in photo
yes,
together.
Yes, everyone. Really appreciate smiling faces.
I don't have webcam, so that's the issue.
Oh no! Now you have like a prize money to get a webcam. For the next time.
Amazing. Right. In 3, 2, 1. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. This was amazing. I hope you all had fun. We
awesome.
really did have a lot of fun. This was an amazing program with a lot of effort from all of you. And again, your dedication really pays off. And if you did not end up winning anything, just don't forget that all the connections that you've made are really the actual price of a program such as this one. So thank you all for being involved. Thank you all for putting in hard work, and hopefully see you around in some of our other programs. Thank you.
Yes, Ahmed, like perfect spirit. Ahmed just asked that can we start to adding more commits to the repo because now hackathon is officially over. Of course, never stop working, keep pushing things, be in touch. Also, everyone, this is not the last thing you're gonna do with the Encode. Don't hesitate to contact us if you keep building things. If you're applying to applying grant to the Mantle, or like if you are, I don't know, planning to fundraise, or if you're looking for a job. In any case, please contact us. We're going to be bothering Pranjal to help you. We're going to be like rooting for you. So please don't hesitate to let us know what you are doing, next steps, and let's stay in touch.
Thank you.
Congrats, everyone. Thank you so much.